When a family saw this deaf, one-eyed dog had spent 3 years in a shelter, it broke their hearts. When this one-eyed pit bull arrived at the shelter, the staff there had high hopes that she would soon find a home. But then they waited as days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. Finally, after years rolled by, they realized that they loved her too much to keep her. In December 2015, Scarlett the pit bull arrived at a shelter on Maryland's eastern shore and stole a lot of hearts. Yes, the staff at the Animal Welfare League, or AWL, at Queen Anne's County quickly warmed to her canine charms. Sadly, her human had to give her up for financial reasons. In fact, Scarlett suffered from several long-term health conditions that made her medical bills expensive. Therefore, her previous owner could no longer afford to keep her. Thankfully though, her human did the responsible thing and left her with a shelter. At least there, Scarlett could get the treatment she needed. Mostly, Scarlett needed help with her ears. After all, she was deaf and suffered chronic ear infections. In addition, she was also missing an eye. Despite these traits, she was still adorable and very sweet. Still, ear infections are a common occurrence in dogs and can be treated with regular cleansing of the ear canal. In more serious cases, vets use antibiotics or other medications. Unfortunately though, it was too late to save Scarlett's hearing. However, despite the pit bull breed having a fearsome reputation, Scarlett was the sweetest dog the shelter could have asked for. In fact, the staff had nothing but good things to say about her. Therefore, staff at AWL must have been confident that Scarlett would find a good home soon after her arrival. However, they watched as people adopted more energetic pups, and over time, it broke their hearts to see Scarlett still without a forever home. It happened day in and day out, despite her wonderful personality. Sadly, potential adopters just didn't seem interested in taking Scarlett home. Kirsten Northrop Cobb, the AWL shelter manager, gave several theories as to why that was the case. For starters, her health problems have left Scarlett less than attractive. After all, the pooch prefers to spend her days living a slower-paced life. Indeed, she is happy to just lounge around the shelter and enjoy the staff's attention. As it is, livelier dogs tend to attract more adopters. People look at her, and she's the one-eyed dog who is not jumping up to greet them, though many of the other dogs are, Cobb told the Dodo. In fact, Scarlett seemed to prefer it when others come to her. Cobb said that Scarlett has a submissive grin, which she uses when people she likes approach her. When you enter her living space, she smiles at you and it is super cute, she continued. Cobb added that Scarlett's lack of enthusiasm for other dogs may have also contributed to people overlooking her. But another theory blames the shelter staff for loving Scarlett too much. As a consequence, they may not have been as proactive about promoting her to potential adopters. After all, the AWL staff all fell in love with her sweet nature, and the pit bull just loves affection. Scarlett is such a cuddle bug, Cobb described. She is the most cuddly dog ever. She will just melt into you and sit on your lap and give you kisses. But as time went on, finding the pit bull a home became more and more important. Still, the AWL is a non-profit and no-kill shelter, so even its long-term residents are in no danger of being euthanized. Admirably, the shelters accept strays whether they come in off the streets or from owners who can no longer keep them. But the AWL does aim to rehome its residents, so Cobb embarked on a campaign to get Scarlett out of the shelter and into a loving forever home. "We would really like to see her in a home," Cobb told the Dodo. "She deserves it. I see her curled up in a dog bed by a roaring fireplace with a family gazing at her adoringly," she added. So, Cobb took to the internet to promote the adorable canine. Yes, the shelter featured Scarlett on Facebook and even gave her her own Instagram account. "Hi there, my name is Scarlett, and I'm looking for a forever home," her introduction to Instagram read. "With my cute little one-eyed wink, I just may be the one for you." Cobb was confident that this extra push would finally get the delightful doggy a home. "This is her year, I know it," she said. With the new year came new hope for Scarlett. Her internet presence brought increased interest. "We cannot thank everyone enough for their support of Scarlett," AWL wrote on its Facebook page. The interest in her was overwhelming. And on January 7, 2019, the shelter had an exciting announcement to make. Thankfully, its campaign had been successful, and someone had adopted the AWL's beloved long-term resident. "Amazing news," the post read. "After 3 years, Scarlett is going to her forever home." Scarlett was adopted by someone who saw her article and it is an amazing home, the Facebook page reported. "We are getting plenty of updates and she is doing very well. Of course, it's great to know that after people overlooked her for so long, Scarlett is now living the happy life she always deserved." Thanks for watching another heartwarming video. Please check out our channel for more stories that will make your heart melt.